On the surface of it, it seems like all we're doing is putting two pipes together when we're welding, but there's a lot more to it than that. There are passes, and depending on the type of pipe, the type of service, the pressure, the temperature, there may be more passes required on high critical, high pressure, high temperature systems. So it's important to understand that there's a big difference between a welded pipe for, say, chilled water and a welded pipe for high temperature, high pressure system. Position of the welder and the material matters a lot. If they have to get into awkward positions, they're up over their head, working in a dark area. Sometimes they have to perform a weld on the side of the pipe they can't even access, in which case they have to use welding mirrors. So think of like a dental mirror, maybe a little bit bigger than that they have to use. So now you've got to hold a mirror to see a side of a pipe that you can't even see with your eyes, and you have to weld that. That's a tough weld. That's called a position weld. So these positions that welders have to get in, especially in the field where they're making final welds and they're joining systems that have already been fabricated, can make a huge difference in your weld productivity. Gas purity and flow can make all the difference between an accepted and a rejected weld, especially if you're dealing in high purity. The speed in which a welder moves, whether they're doing it manually or they're doing an automatic weld with a machine, matters. If you go too fast, you'll have an incomplete weld. If you go too slow, you'll have pooling, which will cause problems as well. Believe it or not, if you're doing welding, electricity matters, and so do electrical fields. You can't weld properly unless you have a constant stream of clean electricity. Sometimes off of spider boxes and things like that, it can be problematic if we're using temporary power. The other thing that can cause problems is if you are doing layout with a laser transit nearby, it creates an electromagnetic field that can interrupt the welding machines. Material impurities can impact weld quality. Things like dirt, oil, grease, and grime, improperly stored materials can affect your weld quality. So you want to make sure that all materials are stored properly.